Thanks, Congressman. I just have a real quick question for you, just to change gears a little bit, or maybe not change gears actually. What is the level of concern in the House, as far as the House Republicans, with the preservation of individual rights?
Any specific legislation?
The individual rights, plain and simple. We got healthcare telling us that we are going to be mandated to purchase health insurance, and a slew of other things. It looks like they're coming our way.
You know, I'll answer it in this context. Yes, there's obviously a concern of the chipping away of it, and I think it can relate to a comment that I was given several weeks ago, and some of you have heard me say this. After a speech I gave, right before the healthcare vote, I had an entrepreneur from Dublin come up to me, who's not here tonight. I don't see him here tonight. And he had never been politically active before. And he said, this healthcare bill is going to really impact my business. This mandate is going to really impact my business. We had our best year ever in 2009. I could expand my business, but I'm not going to be able to now because of that, because of proposed tax increases, because of the regulatory environment, all these uncertain things that are coming out of Washington have kind of made me retract. But that's not the worst message I have for you, Pat. The worst message for you, the worst message is, my wife and I were just talking about this a couple weeks ago. I had a dream to start a business. I'm 55 years old today. Started a business 10 years ago, my wife and I, in our garage. It worked. We looked at the risk to reward, and it took off. We have 300 employees today. Had our best year ever. If we had to do that again today, we wouldn't do it. That's the message, and that's sad. And so that kind of gives me the fuel to go there and fight some more. But that's the way that these regulatory issues and tax issues have an impact on our entrepreneurs and our risk takers. And we're going to see it again by changing a tax for investors. That primarily, it's not going to impact Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. It's going to impact the Butler family. The people who are creating jobs today. That's the frustration of us being able to try to fight and communicate this. And quite frankly, we've been fighting against the wind in 06 and 08, much because of us, because of the previous administration, for a variety of reasons. I'm Catholic. I've sinned, Father. I won't go down that road. But anyhow, the point is that elections have consequences, and now Americans are starting to say, whoa, this is not what I signed up for. This is having a real impact on my life. So I think it could bounce back, and we have an opportunity, hopefully, to communicate a new vision.
I just want to ask you, do you think that the Republican Party will really, in Washington, really will have the leadership qualities that we need? I mean, we have Republican senators that say they will vote for Sotomayor, who will not follow the Constitution, and specifically, our Senator Voinovich has said, because President Obama should have him react once. I mean, we have Republicans that consistently, they join a committee for pay-as-you-go, just cut the budget.
Right.
And so, I'm really concerned. I tend to always vote Republican, but I'm concerned, even in our state of Ohio, where we've been living, this administration has been living on bailout money. And the Republicans, they supported the gambling issue, which, Republicans don't do, but they did it. And I'm just concerned, can you address that leadership quality? Are they really going to fulfill the Constitution, what they swear to uphold?
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to begin tonight to defend Susan Collins or Olympia Snowe, because there's just no way I'm going to go down that road. No, listen, there are going to be people, and there are people every day that aren't going to vote like you would want them to vote like, or me vote like. My hope is that we can build a big enough coalition that unfortunately, the Susan Collinses and the Olympia Snows aren't as crucial as they might be today. If we get close in the Senate, and by the way, what's amazing is that they both voted against the health care bill, which is shocking. I thought at least one of them would vote for it. They are from Maine, after all. But my hope is that we get enough Republicans in 2012 and 2014, because those 2 years actually favor us demographically more than 2010. Because right now we're running. It's hard to get a majority in the Senate in particular because of the states that are up this particular year. And we have a number of Democrats, senators, that are in bright Republican red states. You look at Max Baucus from Montana. We have 2 Democrat senators in Montana. 2. We have 2 Democrat senators in North Dakota. We have 1 Democrat senator in South Dakota. It's just unbelievable. And in the House, after 06 and 08, we have, and the reason why ads are run against me in part is because they look at the fact that Barack Obama won my district and Sherrod Brown won my district, and look at all the districts that John McCain won. He got 43% in my district. There are districts, a lot of them, where John McCain won in 2008 that Democrat members of Congress sit in, who voted for health care, who voted for the stimulus bill, who voted for cap and trade. And so they think, you know what, we can beat this guy. He's out of step with his constituents.
We need leadership.
And I think,
Unwavering leadership.
well, I think you will see it both in the House and the Senate. But the bottom line is in the Senate, you got to have a little bit of cushion, because you have some people that aren't going to be there all the time. Susan Collins and Olympia Snow are 2 of the people that they're just not going to be there. Just like our inspector, and that's why I think he's going to lose the Democrat primaries, because Democrats are going to see the same thing that Republicans are, that this guy's about him and not about serving the people.